Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Bond for Sam's Sports Report. We're going to go over sports first. Let's start with baseball. The Royals lead the Tampa Bay Rays again. Top of the seventh, 7-2. 2 outs, nobody on. 7-2. Top of the seventh, just starting. Cubs and Pirates. Cubs look like they're going to win the series 6-3. Top of the ninth, although the tying run is at the plate. We will update you as that goes on. Cardinals down 2-1. Rain delay. In the bottom of the fourth, Reds batting. The Cardinals have won. The Cardinals took the doubleheader over the Reds, although losing game 1. 3-1. They have a chance to take the series today. Again, that game is a rain delay in the bottom of the fourth. No outs. NHL Washington Capitals move on, beating the Canadiens 4-1. Florida Panthers series win 3-2. Winnipeg Jets beat the Blues 3-2. And they now lead the series 3-2. Winnipeg wins 5-3. Minnesota Wild and Las Vegas Knights. Golden Knights face-off is at 6. That series is also 3-2. With the Golden Knights leading. The Stars and Avalanche. Avalanche to host. The Stars lead that series 3-2. Game 6 is tonight at 8:30. Kings and Oilers. Edmonton Oilers lead that series 3-2. The Oilers have a chance to take the game at home. Otherwise, they would have to go back to the road on Game 7. All these games are on the brinks of elimination. Now we move on to the NBA. Rockets get a big win at home last night. Warriors need to get this one at home on Friday. Otherwise, they have to go back to Houston. Warriors lead the series 3-2. The 3-seeded Lakers are out as they were unable to meet expectations again. Luka Doncic in the big trade. Well, he only plays one side of the ball. Hearing series on that. Minnesota Timberwolves take the series. Lakers. The New York Knicks have a chance to knock out the Pistons tonight. The Detroit Pistons game is at 6:30. Denver Nuggets also have a chance to knock out the Clippers. Nuggets lead the series 3-2. Tip is at 9. We'll go over more tomorrow on the NBA. This is a story about a person that has bipolar disorder. Nothing major was going on in Michael's life. Of course, Michael has bipolar, by the way. There was tensions around money, kids, and work, but every so often, for no reason, she couldn't fathom the mood. Michelle is the person's name, not Michael. And the world felt gray, stormy, and absent of joy and pleasure. These moods lasted a while to sometimes as long as 3 weeks. For a number of days, Michelle, not her real name, was so depressed she could barely even move. She managed to drag herself to work but left her desk several times because she felt so miserable. She was ready to burst into tears. Then sun had burst through the clouds. Michael woke up feeling energetic and excited about everything. French toast for breakfast, plans with her, racing through her work day, cooking the incredible dinner, cleaning out closets, and finally going to bed at 3 a.m. "You're like the Energized Bunny," Mom, her daughter, told her. This sounds like a very similar situation to when I was in Carbondale in 2016. The way of my life seemingly to crash and burn, but then all of a sudden have a lot of energy, which I call a burnout. After 4 more days, her mood shifted into attitude and quick anger. She snapped at her boss. Her kids ranted at her husband for not bringing up the laundry she had left nights before. Michelle is living with bipolar disorder, formerly called manic depressive or manic depression. The polar opposite of mood swings mark the condition. There are different types of bipolar. The 3 main ones, beginning in bipolar 1, bipolar 2, and Kathy
cyclothymic disorder.
According to the DSM-5, mental health professionals use to diagnose the mental health condition. The bipolar is marked a manic episode, at least depressive episodes. People with bipolar experience with major mood depression. If you have cyclothymic rare form and you have depressive episodes, these 2 years non-survival bipolar 2 or bipolar 1. Bipolar anger can symptoms of mood swings, uncontrolled, intense, and predictable. The anger seems to be without triggers or frustration. The people in the middle of a bipolar cycle can scream at and verbally abuse others or just because they're in some time the person has no memory of doing it. Here's what you need to know about bipolar anger. What someone goes through, it feels like you can deal with it, anger at direct you. Medication used to treat bipolar include anti-seizure medications, Duvlox, sodium duplicate, barbituric acid, and lamotrigine, including alprazolam, Abilify, Risperdal, Seroquel, and I add in Caplyta. Although the prices of some of the medications, newer medications, are very expensive. Anger is not a side effect of these medications. Typically, support medical may not be address all person's bipolar sign that a person is not taking the medication. Certain antidepressants to be depressive episodes, but because they can trigger mania, you need to be on a mood stabilizer. Same time, really, inability is a side of antidepressants. Recommended use treatment for bipolar disorder is usually involves psychotherapy to help understand the feelings and regulate mood, as well as to qualify in healthy diet. I'm including Caplyta into this situation, although there's a lot of out of pocket. I've already mentioned that. What I have learned from bipolar outbursts is the time I'm getting to just learn about it. I can't figure out why I had an outburst. I also noticed meds that I'm allergic to can cause suicidal thoughts or also have a physical reaction such as blisters, hands curling, maybe canker sores, food medications. Make sure you contact your doctor immediately or as soon as you can. For example, Perstic is one that causes canker sores, and that would be one of the reasons to get off the medications. I was on this so long that I had major canker sores, and it really affected my life. Even fruity drinks and mixed with water, if I overdo it, can cause canker sores. I'm not really sure what causes the canker sores. Here is a video.
Living with bipolar disorder feels like there's a giant magnifying glass being held over my feelings, especially when I'm not well. All of my emotions, the good and the bad, are amplified during an episode. One of the hardest emotions for me to manage when I'm symptomatic has always been anger. Anger is one of those symptoms that we aren't proud of, so most people don't talk about it. It's almost taboo, like hypersexuality or suicidal thoughts. Something I've learned is that there's a big difference between normal anger and bipolar anger. Appropriate or normal anger has a specific cause and a somewhat clear way to diffuse it. For example, I might get pissed at a stranger that cut me off in traffic. Once the stranger's gone, I'm not angry anymore. Bipolar anger, especially during an episode, has no clear reason and no clear way to diffuse it. For example, I might go from driver to driver, being angry at everyone on the road for reasons that don't make a lot of sense to others in the car. I might start driving dangerously when I normally would never do that. Normal anger doesn't usually cause problems in my life. Bipolar anger scares the shit out of me. I'm talking about that burning, untethered, soul-sucking anger that just consumes my thoughts, where everything is a trigger and no one can reason with me. If some of this sounds familiar, you're in the right place.